Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Chaos in Southwest Nebraska. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be greatly appreciated. Like the videos. Tell all your friends about it. So, unless you've been living with your head in the sand for the past 48 hours, you know tensions in Ukraine have escalated to the point of a full-blown Russian invasion, and all of a sudden, Democrats and the left-wing media are talking and calling it an attack on democracy itself. Nancy Pelosi said it's just dangerous for democracy. And, I watch a little bit of CNN to hear the other side's view, and they're just saying Putin is scared and hates democracy more than anything, which is kind of funny that all of a sudden they're defending Ukraine's democracy when they won't say anything about China's authoritarian government and lack of democracy. And there's a lot of reasons why, and some of them, I believe, go hand in hand. And a lot of it ties back to the Bidens. And they're really deep in the swamp. Let's start with the Ukraine. So, one, we know that Hunter Biden, while his father, Joe, was vice president under Obama, received a very high-level position job in an energy company over in Ukraine that was I was probably had ties to the government and some kickbacks, possibly, I don't know for a fact. But he had no experience in this field and was making millions of dollars a year. And if you do get your news from sources other than the left-wing media, you will know that his laptop was confiscated. Some of his emails showed this should have been a huge story. It never was. Let's make sure the big guy gets his cut. I'm assuming by big guy he meant either his father, possibly Obama involved in there too. So the Bidens have ties to Ukraine. So, and they're deep swamp rats. Everybody has ties to the Bidens. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, all the ones that have been part of the swamp for decades have a tie to the Joe Biden now. And, well, he's president. So, let's talk about about the Russian invasion and how that deals with that. Well, what if Russia takes over Ukraine and all of a sudden starts dealing stories out about the Biden's dealings with Ukraine and the government that maybe went on behind the scenes that they don't want us to know about? Is there something to that effect? I don't know. And I'm not going to defend the Russian invasion of Ukraine, but where the Bidens were on the take for them years ago, my attitude right now is, well, that I don't know what to say about it. And then this also ties into China a little bit and the lack of attacking China for their communist regime. Now, the obvious answer is a lot of folks in the Democratic Party, especially the far left, they don't criticize China because they want us to be China in their socialist, communist regards. But also, when Hunter Biden was involved in trading energy and dealing energy as his job behind the scenes, he was involved in a sale that involved an energy company being sold to a Chinese energy company in the Republic of Congo. He was a major part of it, and he got a kickback, I'm sure, a commission. And then there are stories going around, and if you look these stories up on Facebook or anywhere, it gets fact-checked, which we know by now that fact-check on Facebook means it doesn't go with the liberal agenda and they don't agree with it. But it gets fact-checked to where the Biden family may own 10% of an energy company in China, and they're on the take from China. And I mean, and the government controls everything in China. So basically, if you're on the take from a company in China, you're on the take from the Chinese government, period. Again, if Facebook comes across it, that will get fact check and misleading information. So, and another thing, when it comes to China, our leaders, our millionaires, our billionaires in this country sold us out to China years ago, whether it's moving their factories over to China because they can get labor for pennies on the dollar, or the NBA players keeping their mouths shut because the NBA has a multi-million-dollar deal with China. People have just been bowing to China and not saying anything about their unhumanitarian treatment of their citizens. So it seems a bit hypocritical that all of a sudden the left now is coming out and defending Ukraine's democracy when they themselves have done nothing and strive, a lot of them, okay, I won't say a lot, a fringe portion want to be like China, and a good portion are on the take from China and won't speak up. So I don't really take the Democrats seriously. This Russian invasion, I could make a whole 20-minute video on it and what I think and the consequences and everything else. But I'm not defending it. I'm just saying, it's a bit hypocritical. But, one consequence now, if will China now invade Taiwan and try and annex and take over Taiwan? What will the Democrats and the left say about that? So, anyways, I hope I gave you something to think about. I hope it doesn't cause gas to get $6 like China Joe, as I call him, was warning us about. But we might have to pay the cost for our values for our friends overseas, which is a load of crap. But anyway, I hope you have a good rest of the day. In Chaos in Southwest Nebraska, over and out.